Hey guys, Kneader here. Today we will be playing some Crimson Gray again. We will be playing back where we left off. Cause for some reason my thing decided to, disconnect and gives me Oh! Give me a moment. Load. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, for some reason, when I looked back at my live stream, I noticed the thing decided to, I think I pressed some button and then it just fast forwarded. Give me a moment here. Give me. Okay, so, apparently give me a moment here. There we go. And, well, if I remember correctly, I think I usually have it done there. So we should be good for now. Alright. So, well, this is basically approximately where I left off, but... Okay! Tell me things! I want to know everything about you! Well, I'm nothing special. That's not true! Let me see, what to say. Despite himself, John found it easy to talk to her. He was sure that he was sounding like an idiot, rambling about stupid, mundane topics. Yet she listened to every word with rapt attention. It was bizarre to have someone that actually care about his life. Father never had time, his friends were busy with their own things. Mrs. Smith was just listening professionally, but Lizzie really cared. He knew that she wasn't, that her obsession was probably a sickness, yet a pathetic part of him didn't care, was just happy to have someone paying attention to him. Okay, so I guess this is, exactly where I kind of left off, but it just was just small. I guess I was kind of close enough, but that's okay. I'm also wearing my cat shirt because I love cats. Well, I'm assuming that someone's probably tired of me saying that all the time, but it's probably just more of I'm used to saying that all the time, but... Alright, back to the game here. Only after talking for a long time did he realize that he was talking about himself like a self-centered jerk. She didn't seem to mind it, but he still felt guilty. Sorry, I've been talking a lot. I can do that sometimes. Oh, don't apologize! I like listening to you talk! It's been pretty boring, though. I mean, you already know a lot about me. I want to know everything about you! I've been watching you for a long time! I know all the facts, but I still don't know everything! I can't see inside your head! That's where the most important parts of John are! But I can't see them! Sorry, I'm just messing with my phone for a moment here. Give me a... I wish John swallowed uncomfortably. You can always ask me what I'm thinking, okay?
Okay! Yes, oh, thanks, John!
So, Lizzie, tell me about yourself.
Oh, that's nothing to do! I'm not important! I just want to listen to you more!
Yes, but if I want to know more about you, don't you want to tell me?
Ah, John is so good! I don't deserve him!
So, what about your parents?
I live alone now! Neither of my parents wanted me anyway!
I'm sure that's not true. They probably just...
You don't have to make me feel better! I don't mind!
You don't mind that your parents...
My father never loved me anyway! And my mother's dead now!
My parents separated too. They never made it formal. But yeah, they separated. Mom doesn't like to visit, and Dad is always at work. So it's like he's not really there.
You mean they just leave me alone? How horrible! How dare they just leave you like that?
Clubs. Are you in any after school clubs? When he wasn't pulling the conversation away from troubling topics, John actually found himself enjoying their talk. Or maybe he was just happy to be talking to someone and actually managing to pay attention to the conversation. He finished every bite of the lunch without thinking about it. Given away, she stared at the last crumbs while he finished them. That was probably a good thing. Too late it occurred to him that she might have tampered with the lunch. As yet she stared at him, so pleased that he had enjoyed it. John couldn't believe that she would do anything bad to him. As soon as he had that thought, he remembered the tree and shivered involuntarily. As soon as he had that thought, he remembered the tree and shivered involuntarily. Just get myself some back support here. After school, John had barely gotten out of the door when he spotted Lizzie following him. It seems as though she was stalking him at first, but when he made eye contact, she gave him a sweet smile and skipped forward.
John, let's lock up together!
Do we live in the same direction?
No, but don't worry, I'll walk back to my house later!
Which meant she did know where he lived. He really needed to be more cautious. Maybe we could do something else? You remember our promise?
Yes!
Okay, medicine and therapy has really helped me a lot. I hope it will help you too. Now, I think the easiest thing to do would be take you to Mrs. Smith. She could...
No! No, I hate her! She's awful, and she wants you to take you away from me!
Wait a second, that's not true. She just wants to help.
John is too nice! He can't see what kind of person she is! I have to protect him!
calm down. If you don't want to talk to Mrs. Smith, we can do something else, alright?
Okay!
So, probably best not to choose a woman. There had to be a male contact pharmacist in town. Maybe one of them could prescribe something. But he really wasn't sure how that worked. He had been counting on Mrs. Smith to guide the process. But now he had to figure it out himself. Lizzie, I need to do a little research first. Is that okay?
Okay! I'll follow you!
Maybe it would be easier if I did it myself.
No! I don't like that idea!
I'll see you tomorrow, okay? You can bring another lunch.
Okay! See you tomorrow, John!
Well, at least my high voice is still functional. I haven't gotten tired yet, though. He hoped that the medication would help her stabilize. After all, she'd be cute if... Why exactly was he doing this? He had told himself it was to help her make sure no one got hurt, but now he was hoping that she could become normal and stay with him. Pathetic. He couldn't get a girlfriend normally, so he had to take advantage of some poor girl's obsession. For now, it didn't matter. She really did need help, but he might be able to get her to it. It was just a question of how. The best way was to ask for advice, either from Mrs. Smith or a pharmacist. He could try to research some himself, though he doubted he'd be any good at it, and he supposed it wouldn't hurt to ask her if she was taking anything else or had allergies to something. Damn it. He should have done that earlier. Now it was too late to... Oh, you're still here. Okay. John realized that she was still following him. He shouldn't have been surprised. So asking her was still an option. So he only had much time before he had to get home and do his schoolwork. So he needed to choose carefully. So, let's see here. What should I do here? It's been a while, though. This is the part where I'm starting to think here. Let's see here. I think one of those times I think I've actually, let's see here. I think talked to Mrs. Smith? No, I can't remember. My memory's basically drawing blanks here. Yeah, let's try researching the library. I don't think I remember doing this. I'll probably look back though, but so I think I talked to Mrs. Smith and the pharmacist if I recall correctly, but now my memory's kind of completely not, it ain't the best at so alright, so you know what, let's just do research in the library. Stopping by the library, John did his best to research possible medications among the books, even asking the librarians for help. It felt really ineffectual. He wished there was a better way to get information, but there weren't a lot of options. In one of his classes, they claimed that computers would eventually make things easier, but the school couldn't afford any. One of the few things that he could do was skim through various books about mental illnesses for references to symptoms like Lizzie's. Her case sounded much worse than anything he read about. All articles suggested that most mentally ill people were nonviolent, but he knew that wasn't true of Lizzie. Though there wasn't a lot of current information about Koitek, but he did find some. There were crackpots who felt their medicine was ineffective. Even Paxitine had critics who felt it was being rushed to market. John forced himself to stop reading about that, since it just made him feel worse. Instead, he focused on selecting potential drugs for Lizzie. Well, actually, maybe we should say probably meds. Because I remembered that, basically I kind of learned out my own time that this word can actually, it could mean either way. But in this case, we kind of actually know what this means, but okay. Two showed up as potential candidates, Yandaquil and Lizzie, I can't even pronounce that. But according to the studies, I'm not sure, let's see here, hard one to pronounce, calmed the people down, but tended to flatten emotions, which a lot of patients hated. By contrast, Yandaquil had better reviews. The side effects, it seemed to do a good job of calming violent people. Whether either of the meds would be right for Lizzie, this was an entirely different question. Stepping out onto the street, John glanced at his watch and decided that he had some time to research his options. Okay, yeah, so I guess maybe yep. So let's talk to Lizzie. Okay. John walked along the street until he was sure that Lizzie was slinking after him, then turned and waved to her and she waved back.
Hi, John! Did you change your mind? Can we walk home together? I knew you!
No, I just want to check with you. Are you taking any medication right now? Have you had any bad reactions in the past?
Oh no, I've never taken anything! My mother always took too many drugs and scared me when I was little!
I see, are you really alright taking medication now then?
Oh! John is so considerate!
Oh. Okay, I can't remember now what's here. Okay, I hope it will help. But I can't remember, I clicked choice without even thinking, but that's okay, I mean, it doesn't really matter, story, I'm sure we just had
I'll take anything you give me, John!
Okay. Let's see here, let me check my, okay, about a half hour here. But yeah, even if I skip someone accidentally, it's not too big of a deal. I mean, because it's more of we basically got the effect. It was getting late and John realized he needed to get home quickly if he wanted to have time for his homework on the way back. He was sure that Lizzie was following him, but he couldn't get a clear look at her. At least it was only one more day until the weekend. Friday passed faster than John had expected. Lizzie was nearby at all times and they ate lunch together, but things were almost normal. Almost. Just when he started to get comfortable, she would give a giggle that went on a little too long or slide a hand toward where she hid her knife, or respond far more enthusiastically than she should. Was it bad of him to think she was really cute despite all that? She could be nice if she wasn't so, well... But John hated it when his friends suggested that he could be fun if he wasn't depressed. And that thought felt an ugly knot in his stomach. Well, it wasn't long now. Maybe she could get some real help. He made it through his classes, almost slept through his session with Mrs. Smith, then headed home. John finished his homework and chores as fast as he could and went to sleep. Going out in public always drained him, and he wanted to have enough energy for the weekend. He woke up too early, his eyes gritty and his head still mirrored in half-remembered dreams. John got up to get a drink, happened to glance out the window. Lizzie was standing outside his house with a huge smile on her face. After staring at her for a moment, John groaned and went back to bed. The second time he woke up, the sun had already risen. He felt a little better, but not much. Normally, he would stay at home all weekend, but he couldn't do that if he wanted to help Lizzie. She was still standing outside his house, in exactly the same place, with exactly the same cheerful expression. John brushed his teeth, got dressed, combed his hair. He realized he was acting like he was getting ready for a date. He wondered how intense she'd be if he had accepted her confession, or was she worse this way? Well, at least he was going out with a cute girl. He hasn't done that since middle school, and those were childish relationships. Of course, that was the only way to get a date. Pathetic. Finishing his preparations, John headed outside. He hadn't noticed from his house, but Lizzie had gotten dressed up for the occasion. He'd never seen her outside her school uniform, and it made him hesitate for a moment. She obviously put effort into making herself look good, and she did. It would have been nice if not for how it made him worry about the level of importance she was attaching to the day. As soon as Lizzie saw him, her smile became even brighter than it had been while waiting.
John, I'm ready!
Good morning, Lizzie. Did you sleep all right?
Oh, I did sleep! Let's go!
Oh. She practically dragged him down the street, apparently heading for a bus station, yet instead of looking forward, her gaze was fixed behind her on him.
Do you have a plan, John? This is our first date. It needs to be perfect.
Okay, this is actually a date here. Okay. Shit. He should have known that she treated this way. It wasn't like he had enough time. He used to be good at playing. What was wrong with him? Other than clinical depression. God, he was such a mess. Alright, he had to think. He used to be able to think on his feet. He could do this. So, I want to deal with some medication issues first. So the rest of the day can be fun, right?
Sure, whatever you want!
If we can't get a blood test, we'll need to wait a while. I was thinking we can get the test first and eat breakfast and get the results. Then that should give us the entire rest of the day.
That's such a great plan! Let's hurry!
John was glad to hear her respond so happily. But he wondered if she had said that no matter what he told her. They took a bus across town to the furthest pharmacy and ordered a standard Cortex sampling. He'd been nervous that Lizzie might react poorly to the needle, but smiled sweetly at him while they took a bit of her blood and hopped back up.
What? The bag has little kitties on it! That's so cute!
Okay, I guess there's actual cats in the, maybe there's, yeah, okay, yeah, cats, kitty, okay. You want to eat something now then?
Yes!
They walked to a nearby bakery and he brought them a pair of pastries. One of the only advantages of his workaholic father was at least he had a decent amount of spending money. Lizzie held hers in both hands and began cheerfully nibbling on the end of it. She stared at him while she was doing it. But otherwise she looked ordinarily cute instead of scarily cute.
Nom nom nom!
I didn't know you could act silly.
I don't hear you laugh very often. You usually look sad. And that makes me sad too.
And like that, his good mood crumpled. I know, I'm always ruining everything. I don't know why everyone stays near me when I just...
No!
Like he took his pastry and stuffed it in his mouth to shut him up.
You're not depressing at all, John. Just being around you makes me feel warm inside. I just want to see you smile more. When you smile, maybe I feel like maybe everything will be all right.
That's the sound of, I'm pretty sure his mouth is stuffed. His attempt to talk around the pastry made Lizzie giggle, which made him laugh, which just set off a vicious cycle. After a fit of coughing, he lost half his pastry but regained his good mood. It had been an emotional turn down had sent him spiraling toward depression. Lizzie grinned at him and smiled back at her. All at once, he felt guilty for trying to convince her to take medication. But who was he to tell her what to do? Of course, was he manipulating her obsession like this? It was the only way to help her. But did that make it any better? The thoughts had troubled him, but they remained in the back of his mind as they finished eating and talking lightly. Then they were finished, and it was been a while since the test, so it was time to go back. Let's go get the results, okay?
Well, will John think differently about me?
No, I just want to find a way. I just want to find a way to help you, okay?
Okay!
She He answered cheerfully, but something in the lightheartedness they had shared was gone, and it wasn't coming back. Swallowing, John steeled himself and walked away. Walked with her back to the pharmacy. Lizzie slowed near the entrance and shuffled backward.
I'll stay here! You can bring me what I need, okay?
Okay, no problem. Inside, he found the pharmacist writing something on his clipboard. When he spotted John, he immediately frowned. You're alone? I suppose that's for the best. Anyway, we need to talk. Is something wrong? She's not sick, is she? It isn't that kind of test. It's only like a snapshot of a person's current condition. Is your friend going through a difficult time right now? Well, I'm pretty sure this time. I'm pretty sure that Lizzie's always messed up like that. Probably. Yeah, I think the system probably just registered it like that. Well, I mean, maybe a little. Well, these are some extraordinary numbers. Most people only see those briefly during the worst of their lives. Days of their lives. Take care while there's things take care of her till things pass, alright? Okay. There's something else I have to ask. It won't be comfortable. Is it necessary that you have gotten any sense that she might hurt herself or anyone else? No, I can't imagine her doing anything like that. That lie was out of his mouth before he had even consciously decided to lie. John regarded it immediately, yet it was now too late to contradict himself. The pharmacist grunted and looked over his papers. Well, keep a close eye on her. Even the gentlest person could be capable of violence under conditions like these. Is it really that bad? I thought she seemed better lately. No, there must be some recent trauma she hasn't told you about. I'm certain of it. I mean, someone would list numbers like these regularly. They would be completely incurable, insane, probably definitely a threat to society. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to imply anything. I'm sure she'll work through things and go back to normal soon. So, can you prescribe anything? I can prescribe you 2 weeks of either one of those things. That should get her over the rough patch. Just 2 weeks? Can't you prescribe more? No, without much more extensive evaluation. Well, like I said, that's all you need. I'm sure she'll recover soon. I really should be asking her directly, but about her present condition. I think it'd be safer to bend the rules and let you act like a family member. Which one do you think would be the best for her? Let's hear. Let's hear. We tried both. I wonder what happens. Let's try the third option. Actually, maybe it would be better if she didn't take anything. Well, let me be frank with you, young man. That girl is suffering from an extreme chemical imbalance. Her only hope of becoming normal is heavy medication. But you said it would just be temporary, right? No, we're fine. John ignored the pharmacist's protest and headed back out his door. Lizzie seemed a little puzzled that he didn't come over with anything, but didn't ask questions. Was that with any great ideas? John thought they should go to the park. The town actually had a pretty nice park, and it was usually empty at this time of day. His friends always said that a movie was the best first date, but he suspected they mostly want to try to come up a feel. Besides, he was worried that Lizzie would end up watching him instead of the movie. In the park, Lizzie happily skipped along the path, often looking back at him, or at least looking at a lot of other things. As he watched, he managed to convince himself he made the right decision. Maybe Lizzie was completely stable, but she was completely devoted to him. The entire time they walked through the park, she stared at him adoringly. Well, but drugs weren't always the best solution for curing a serious condition. He knew that all too well. As Mrs. Smith had said, therapy is also an important component of recovery. Hers had certainly helped him a lot. And the third main component was a social support network. And there, he completely failed to take her advice. He still spent most of his time alone or in a meaningless old relationships. But hey, he was now he was walking in a park with a girl his age. Maybe things were looking up. And once in his life, things went his way. Lizzie was happy to eat fast food for lunch and didn't even try to feed him anything. Afterward, he pretty much was out of plans and Lizzie didn't want him to stop. Fortunately, she was happy to drag him around town to see random things. Anyway, he was grateful for that. He had spent all of his energy for making decisions during the morning. It was just easy to just guide along in her wake. That way, she was a good match for him. When the sun started setting, John was actually surprised. Had the day really passed that quickly? He could barely drag himself through a lot of weekends. This was a welcome change.
Holy shit, is that John?
With a girl? Hey guys.
Is that the crazy chick you told me about? Oh yeah, that's definitely her. Are you that desperate, John? Given how much of a sad sack he's been lately, I'm pretty sure he is.
You any of you have girlfriends? Oh. I think that just made him silent. I think John just roasted them big time. You guys talk so much shit. Just leave Lizzie out of it, okay? Oh, fuck you, John. If she wasn't crazy, you could never get a girl as cute as her. She is pretty odd. I don't get why she's with you. Yeah, this really doesn't make any sense. Oh, John, are you gonna cry? You better not, or she'll realize how pathetic you are. His positive mood was completely gone. He knew that he should check how Lizzie was taking the mocking, but it was the most he could do and not fall to a mirror of self-hatred. As always, he felt like he should be smarter than this, less emotionally fragile, and that just added to his self-hatred. If it had been anyone else, he might have crashed completely, but he knew these guys, and he was at least familiar with their attitudes. John pulled himself together and fake smiled at them. Sounds like sour grapes to me. You'll have fun with each other, okay? Come on, Lizzie, let's get out of here. They scoffed, but he didn't care. Taking her in, he walked as fast as he dared out of the alleyway. When they got out, he looked back at Lizzie, and to his surprise, he had a smile on her face. She looked more peaceful than he had ever seen her.
I knew you were a kind person, but I didn't understand
back with you guys in a moment here. And I hope that my stream doesn't crash again like last time. Guys, I'm back. Here we go.
I think I understand better now. I'm glad I met you, John. Wait here, okay? I forgot something. I'll be right back.
Before he could object, she was around the corner. John stared, wondering if he should do something, but too drained to do anything more than stand. The entire day in public, plus the encounter with his classmates, left him with nothing but he wasn't usually outside in public this much. And though being with Lizzie wasn't bad, he wasn't stable enough for this much interaction. He heard something clatter in the alleyway and hoped. He wasn't sure what he hoped. A gray cloud was covering in his entire mind, choking out all thought. And Lizzie came back. Holy shit, what did you just do? I think she just went all yandere mode on, let me guess, I think she just went on those three guys. Lizzie, what?
You're good, John. Too good for this world.
Where did all that blood come from? What did you do?
It doesn't matter now. I wanted us to have years together, but I can't think that happened. But maybe it's better to have a perfect moment. Well, John, you won't suffer anymore soon.
What the She moved him forward before he could back away. Her lips touched his. The kiss was brief, yet shudder went through her body. And her knife went into his chest. It hurt, but he was so far from the pain that he could only stare down numbly. Lizzie gave him a sweet smile, then plunged and thing into her own chest. Eh? Both of them collapsed into the street, blood splattering everywhere. The last thing he felt before the numbness overwhelmed him was Lizzie reaching out to take his hand. I guess we all know what happens when you don't, or I guess we all know what happens when you don't take the meds. Alright, guys. Well, guys, I think that was a little bit, but it was kind of like expected, though. But don't worry, I will. I think I have plans to complete this game once it's, like somewhere. I think maybe before the end of February. Maybe if not, maybe briefly in the March, but who knows? But all right, guys, I hope you all enjoyed this.